The Charter for Change, C4C, is an initiative led by local, national, and international NGOs to practically implement changes to the way the humanitarian and development systems operate to enable more locally led interventions. Kenya has a country-level Charter for Change working group with the mandate of advancing practical implementation of the C4C commitments in country. This year, the Charter for Change Kenya Working Group held its annual dialogue conference on the 13th and 14th of November 2024 at the Pride Inn Azuri in Westlands. The dialogue conference was attended by a total of 77 participants representing local and national organizations, international organizations, donors in the form of USAID and Irish Embassy in Kenya, and the government represented by the Public Benefits Organizations Authority, PBO.
Every year we meet, at least in person, to discuss progress that has been made in Kenya towards advancing the shift of power.
Localization is a joint effort, is a collaboration for the INGOs, the local organizations. You see the private sector is here with us.
The first thing that we try and do is just to be proactive about getting out and meeting people, and going to events like this is an important part of that, so that we're not just meeting the partners we're already funding, that we're meeting people and finding out more about the ecosystem and finding out more about the challenges and the opportunities, and then we bring that back, and that kind of informs our general approach.
An ally in the Charter for Change setup, other than the endorser and the signatory, is somebody or an organization who believes in the localization agenda and are championing it irrespective of whether the organization has signed the Charter for Change or not.
Since 2021, CRS has invested $30 million in partner capacity strengthening activities specific to partner capacity strengthening. Since then, we have had our local partners win $149 million in funding as primes from donors.
Kenya is unique compared to our other countries because most of our local partners have managed to, over the years, improve and grow into bigger organizations. And I think that is one of the lessons we can take forward, is that there is opportunity for growth, and we have examples of many organizations that have transitioned from very small organizations to organizations with full capacity, who are able even to be prime and are receiving funding directly, which is a success factor for Kenya.
That is to say, women, youth, persons with disability have the skills and opportunity to lead within their communities. The Act further supports and pursues high standards of transparency and accountability, which builds trust and fosters meaningful collaboration between government, PBOs, and international partners.
The purpose of the Grand Bargain was to improve the effectiveness and efficiency in the humanitarian assistance by transforming the way it was funded, delivered, and coordinated. The end goal was effectiveness and efficiency in the humanitarian assistance.
In July of this year, USAID also released its policy on locally led humanitarian assistance. In Kenya, localization is built into our strategy, our 2020-2025 strategy, with an overall goal of Kenyan-led, Kenyan-managed, and Kenyan-owned development.
We look to come up with a very robust partnership and collaborative framework that would enable government and the sector to work collaboratively in a way that then we are able to jointly, harness the synergies towards development.
How to retain your donors. They need to experience what they are funding. Is that right? They need to go out with you in the field. They need to experience what you're implementing. You need to involve them in meetings. You need to prepare very credible presentations and convincing. And you need to share your success stories. You need to keep them posted. at all stages on what you're doing, and then you also need to request for their recommendation whenever it is necessary.
The concept of Charter for Change is for me is a dream that comes true, because it is giving space to local organizations. Remember, we are talking of endorsers and signatories. So I come under the category of endorsement. So for me, yes, it was a start on, but like I said, there is light at the end of the tunnel for local organizations like us to take the space up from the INGOs and other mainstream organizations.
We hope that we will get to a place where we can now feel this localization and not just have it in paper and book and commitments and accountability expectations from the endorsers. But I'm seeing progress, and I'm really excited and hopeful. We are also growing our circles, and we hope that then in the years to come, it will get better.
When it is not happening in the community, it is not happening, and that is what localization is all about. That is what Charter for Change is all about. We want to see that the capacities of local institutions, capacity of the community are being developed.
I have learned so much about localization, something that's very close to my heart. Dialogues about shifting the power from international to like local leaders, strengthening our organizations at the local level is something that is very important. So this is a dialogue that is coming at the right time, you know.
It was a great 2-day, a lot of thought-provoking questions, meaningful questions, reflections, inputs from this group. Let's keep this going as we have a long plan, a list of action plans. I think let's plan on implementing that throughout the year. And I look forward to seeing you in follow-up meetings online and, if possible, in person also. Yeah, thank you very much for active participation and for being here.